Andrew, what are we doing today, brother? Looks like we got something. What? Oh, sorry.
Looks like we're actually working on my vehicle today.
Oh, we're actually going to work on Andrew's vehicle today. He just got this delivered, decked. It sure doesn't come like they show it in the videos, though, on the commercials. This thing looks like it's been through hell and back, and then back to hell and back again. Hopefully everything is in place, and we're going to get that decked installed in here. This isn't going to be a how-to video by any means. It's going to be more like a check it out video, right?
Yes,
because
sir.
We don't have a clue of what we're doing. But we want to show you what it looks like before and after we get this decked installed. He doesn't want to go with any halfway little over-the-rail box, do you?
Nope.
Because the bed is short enough as it is. We don't want to shorten that bed anymore with some toolbox hanging over the rails of the bed. We want to try to use as much of that bed as we can. So we're hoping that this deck's going to do that for us. He wants to do a little bit of overland camping and a few other things. So we're going to go ahead and make that happen for him. We're going to unpackage this box and see how it looks. This is the real life unpackaging video. It's not going to take much because I'll tell you what, the box is barely hanging on by threads. It doesn't look like anything got damaged. Hopefully we didn't lose anything out of the box. You know, they say it comes all neatly packaged and everything. But whoever was delivering this didn't seem to really take that good a care of the box. But it looks like everything's in there so far. I think we're going to be in good shape. We're going to get this thing opened up. And looks like everything's here. Comes with some, looks like the instructions and the hardware in one box there. We're going to put this on the workbench. What else you got there? Some of the parts. We have no clue of what we're doing yet. So we're going to read the directions and go from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the hardware.
There's a hardware box right there. And somebody's excited. He's trying to hide it, but he's all worked up. We had to rush home from work today to pull this thing out. So, all right, we got everything off the pallet and out of the box, except for the hardware right there. So we got the hardware. This looks like the two deck tops. This is the main spine of the thing. Here's the two ammo boxes right here with the lids. We got the extra steel there, I'm assuming for the rail system. And these are some other parts that go wherever, you know. Anyhow, Andrew's digging his tools out, and we are going to get started. The first step he's going to do is he's taking these brackets off. Those are the factory brackets or the factory tie downs. Those are the first thing that have to come off the bed, and then we'll work from there. Like I said, it's not really a how-to video, but I'm going to show you what we're doing right now. Andrew is finding the center of the bed, and you can see the three shims that are in the bed. We're going to clean that up with some isopropyl alcohol, and then we're going to stick those down. That's what it says in the instructions to do. It's already removed the tie downs on the bed, so that's where we're going right now. And like I said, we got all this crap to deal with, a lot of hardware. Should be pretty easy. It looks step by step. If you follow the instructions, it's pretty easy. We are using power tools. They say not to use power tools, but they know we will, so use them on a super low torque. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, now he's replacing these brackets. These are the new brackets. So he's replacing the tie downs with these brackets that came with the decked system, and he's using the existing hardware that was in the truck holding down the tie downs. So that's the next step. We got the spacers down, and we also have the center of the bed mount. All right, so we're getting the center vert connected to the rear bed vert, and then these side verts up here that go in the front of the bed are getting connected too. So Andrew's loosely connecting those. You have to be careful because these inserts are brass, so you do not want to go crazy tight on them. If you go ape tight on them, then you're going to end up stripping them out, and they'll pull out of the plastic. They're very durable, but you don't want to get crazy on them. So Andrew's just going to barely snug those up. We have that setting to 1, and then we're going to put it in the bed, and we'll go from there. Andrew's behind me right now, and he is getting the ammo cans in place. We get those ammo cans in place. Once those are in place, then we're going to put the decks on top, and we're going to loosely fit them together. Then it goes in the bed. I've seen some other videos where people really struggled with some of these steps, and I don't see how it could be that hard because it's pretty straightforward. The directions are great on this. They're as clear as a bell. I have to give them 2 thumbs up for Decked as far as the directions are concerned. Right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Andrew, look at me. Are you happy?
I'm excited.
He's very excited to get this in his brand new truck. So we're gonna get this going, and I'll keep updating you on the steps. Like I said, it's not really a how-to video, but I do kind of want to go through the steps with you guys just to show you how easy this is. Okay, so we just tightened these screws down, and then we tightened the back screws, the back 6 screws for the back of the bedside vert, or the front bedside vert, I guess.
So you put these on and snug them to make sure that the back side is secured where you want it. Once this is secured, you tighten these so it holds the angle right. Then you come back and take these back off, and you lift the frame, put it back in the truck. Then you can put the rest back on.
Exactly what I said. He interpreted it for you guys so you could understand it, that's all. So we're getting that done. We're gonna pull the deck off, and we're gonna go ahead and load that into the bed. Now we got the bracket that we're putting on. This is what it actually attaches it to the bed of the truck.
And you don't snug these until...
You don't snug them until you get it in the bed, so you can adjust it accordingly to line it up with the bracket in the truck.
That's not a 10mm.
So, and these are the brackets we're putting in right here at this time. So we'll get those brackets in, and we'll get it in the bed of the truck. Andrew's taking care of that right now. Hopefully this video helps you out. We're going to let you know real world view what we think of this product. We're not endorsed by them by any way, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how this is going together and how it works for the Ford Ranger, the 2019 Ford Ranger. All right, we're getting ready to lift this in, or actually Andrew's getting ready to lift it in. Go ahead, pick that up and put it in, Andrew. We got that center vert snugged up now and tight, so he's going to lift that into the bed. It's not super heavy, at least not for me. And he's going to go ahead and get that in the bed so we can show you how that works. You see how the brackets on the sides will match up with the brackets in the bed of the truck. Here he goes. Watch and learn. Boom. So see how that goes together? And there's an actual line on the top of the Decked. You can see there's a mark. I don't know if you can see it, pick that up in the camera right there, but there's a mark.
It goes from the bottom all the way up to the top.
That marks that, and then you line that up with the center line of the cab. Now we're going to put the hardware. Where are we going to put it? We're going to tighten those down. We're going to put the hardware on it. And we're going to get this handled. Boom. So we'll get that done, and we'll go to the next step. I guess this kind of turned out to be a how-to video, right? I guess so. Okay, so I'm getting tightened down in the bed of the truck right now. He's making sure that center line is lined up with the mark, the center mark on the bed. We've got the ammo cans positioned where they need to be for the next step. Next step, we're going to be putting in the rail system. So that's what we're doing next. We'll get that all set up for you. All right, so now we got it laid out the way it needs to go. We've got the channels right here, the steel, heavy duty steel channels right there and right there. Those rest against the ammo cans. Those ammo cans support those for the drawers, and then they will be screwed in now. So that's what we're doing next. We're screwing those into the ammo cans and to the back of the bed vert right there. So we're gonna get that done, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, Andrew?
Yep.
You still happy?
Yep.
He's still happy. I'm still happy. We're all still happy. He's got this, the ammo cans with the rails that are attached are loosely attached. Now he's lining the ammo can up and getting the center vert lined up with that. We're gonna go ahead and bolt down that center vert. We're using these bolts with a nylon washer and a rubber washer on them. We're gonna do 4 of those hand those to Andrew right now. He's gonna go ahead and start laying those out. Right, Andrew?
Ammo box or center vert?
Center vert, 4. All right, we're getting this thing together now. The deck is going on. Now he's securing this deck with the nylon washers on the bolts, along with rubber washers. So that will seal this deck up to help keep water out of the drawers. Are you looking for more?
I need
screws?
the 3/8 with the 11mm on it.
He's checking. What he's doing is he's resecuring the rail, or he's making that rail secure now, which the 2 bolts are in this deck, in the ammo box right here. I don't know if you can see that, but he's going to it right now. You can kind of see how this fits in the box and how much space you have on the top of the box. He's going to be able to reuse these tie downs, the factory tie downs, if you notice in that corner right there. Those 2 holes are. He can actually repurpose those factory tie downs for those corners. So all he has to do is move them up and get some new hardware or some new bolts for those. So that's probably what he's going to end up doing. Okay, he's getting the second side installed now. Lining up the ammo can, then he'll start securing the center bolts. I think I'm going to get off the camera and help him a little bit right now. All right, the basic deck is in now. Now we are going to, in these hardware bags here, this J-hook assembly is going to get secured to these factory tie downs down in here. You can see that, so it goes through the ammo can into that. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. You got to loosely secure it. We're not going to tighten it down crazy tight, just loosely secure. All right, now we're getting ready to set up the drawers. We're going to put these brackets on the drawers. These are the brackets for the wheels. They're wheel brackets that go right on the front here, or on the back side right there. That's the back side of the drawer on each one. Those will fit on there, and then we'll go from there. So those are going to be installed right now. Okay, so the next step is going to be wheels, correct?
Yep.
All right, we're going for wheels. That's where we're heading for next, and we'll get the back wheels on these drawers. We're getting close. We're getting this thing narrowed down a little bit now, so hopefully it'll be done here soon. So this cross rail is going there, and this one's going over here, and then we'll be able to use those existing bolts and nuts on the back side of that drawer. So we're going to take care of that now. All right. So we got the cross rail in now for the big and the small drawer. Andrew's finishing that up, and then we're going to get the back wheels in. We're starting to lose daylight here, so we're trying to get this done fast. Andrew's kind of dragging tail. He's a little sluggish. You know, once he gets home from work, he loses all his energy, and I'll have to say I'm a little disappointed. He's supposed to be a young buck, and he's a worthless piece of dung.
That's me.
Right?
Dung.
Yep. I wish my daughter would have married a doctor. That's all. All right, Andrew's bracing that. We got the narrow drawer in. We're gonna have to put wheels on that front of that drawer now. So we're starting to work on that. Looks like his little brace fell, but we got the narrow drawer in, and I think he's getting more wheels out, and we're gonna read some directions now. Right, Andrew? Yes. What's the next step, homie?
Put these on.
You know how to do that? You might want to slide that drawer out so you can get the wheels on. Right?
It said not to.
Okay, don't slide. All right, Andrew's getting the back wheels in on the drawers right now. And we'll give him a test run here in a minute. Now, those are actually going into steel posts on the drawer hinge there. So they're pretty heavy duty. You can see that down there. So they'll screw into there. Why don't you give that drawer a go and let's see what happens. Like butter? Is it like butter?
Like butter.
Yeah. Latches in. Do the other one. Let's check the other one out. They're pretty good sized drawers. Why don't you drop a tape measure in that drawer and let's see the depth on that, so we can just give our viewers an idea what we're looking at for drawer depth on both of these. take it up to the edge, can you?
Well, no, it's stepped.
Okay, it's kind of stepped, but we're looking at
8.5.
probably 8.5 inches, maybe.
8.5, 8 3/4.
So that's the depth on both those drawers. And what's the width on? Give me a width on this drawer and a width on the other drawer. This is the big drawer.
This depends on which vehicle you get.
Right.
18
obviously.
inches.
18 inches at the top. It's a little narrower at the bottom. Bottom one, or the smaller one, is
11.
about 11. So, and you can get boxes to go in these too, to organize your crap. So we're going to start adding. We're going to the next step now. We got the drawers in. Got to put the weather strip on the right direction, otherwise the drawers will not be watertight or water resistant. So we're going to do that now. Hopefully Andrew doesn't screw that up. It's probably pretty brainless, right?
Yep.
You want that little lip facing in, right, Andrew?
Yep.
And you just work them down on the drawers. So we're going to get that done on both the drawers, and then we'll get back with you. All right, he's just getting the finishing touches on this, putting the bottom rail in, and then the plate, which has a bottle opener on it, is going on. And he's busting into the finish kit. In the finish kit, there's plugs for this. If you opt for locks, then there'd be keyed locks that goes there. But he's going to actually put the plugs in for now. He might get locks later. But right now he's just getting the parts out of the finish kit, and we're gonna finish this up. So we'll get that on there, and then we'll do the final plate that goes on top here, and put the lids on the ammo cans and tighten up the ammo can J-hooks, and we should be done with this project. Okay, we basically have this thing installed now. We're just finishing up. We're putting this plate on. You have to screw through the metal on 3 of these, a metal underneath the deck. So that's what we're doing. Then we're putting the other 3 screws, they go into the plastic deck itself. Basically it's done. That's what it looks like. Why don't you throw a tape measure on the top edge of that, and let's see how much depth you got in the bed on that Ford Ranger. So we're going to look and see how much depth from the deck to the top edge rail of the bed, just in case you're wondering how much edge you'll have. Let's see that. Now, Ford Ranger bed's pretty deep.
8 7/8, almost 9 inches.
So almost 9 inches of bed depth after the deck's on. So from the deck to the edge of the bed wall. So that'll give you an idea kind of what you can use that for. Let's look at the gap real quick. So that's how much gap there is in the back. So nobody could really vandalize those drawers. You can get locks for them if you really feel like you need to. It's something that you would want to consider maybe. But really, I think this was a real easy project. Anybody with basic tools can do this, and a small set of brains, maybe even a brain stem. Andrew's probably just operating on a brain stem, and he was able to do it. But we're pretty happy with the results. Next, we might be putting it in the Tacoma. We'll see. But right now, we're going to go with this, and we'll keep you posted on any future videos here. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that button below. Like, share, subscribe, and just remember, we're just men in a cave causing mayhem. Thanks for watching.